This is a faucet. You probably have one in your kitchen and maybe even one in your bathroom. Have you ever stopped to think about where the faucet actually comes from? How did we go from nothing to this? The answer will surprise you. Thousands of years ago, people in ancient Egypt and Greece didn't have a faucet. Instead, they used clay pipes to carry water from one place to another. They also built stone systems to bring water into their homes. But those are not the same thing as a faucet. You see, these early humans needed a way to control the flow of water. They didn't have any modern tools, so they had to get creative. Around 3000 BC, the ancient Egyptians invented a type of clay pipe that had a hole in it. They could put a finger over the hole to stop the flow of water. Once they mastered this, they built more complex systems of pipes to carry water over long distances. These systems were mainly used for irrigation, but they also brought water into people's homes. However, it wasn't easy to control the flow of water using just your finger. So the Egyptians also used stone to build more advanced taps. But these taps were not like ours today. They didn't have any handles or knobs to turn. Let's fast forward to ancient Greece. Around the same time, the Greeks were also building water systems using lead pipes. These pipes were better than clay pipes because they didn't break easily. But again, they didn't have any taps that looked like ours today. The Greeks realized that they needed a better way to control the flow of water. So they invented a type of plug that fit into a socket. This allowed them to turn the water on and off by simply removing or inserting the plug. Then came the Romans. They took the ideas of the Egyptians and Greeks and improved them. The Romans built some amazing water systems, especially in their public baths and rich homes. They used bronze taps that looked a bit like ours, but instead of turning knobs, they used pressure or plugs to control the flow of water. As the Roman Empire fell apart, people went back to using buckets and wells for water. For hundreds of years, there wasn't much innovation when it came to faucets. People just didn't think about them very much. They weren't really part of everyday life. But then in the 1700s, something changed. In England, they invented the first screw-down tap. Finally, there was a simple way to turn the flow of water on and off. All you had to do was turn a handle. This handle worked by moving a washer up and down inside the tap. When the washer was pressed against the seat of the tap, it stopped the flow of water. When the handle was turned in the other direction, the washer lifted up, allowing water to flow through the tap. It seems simple now, but back then it was a huge improvement. Now that someone had figured out how to make a good tap, people started installing them in their homes. Of course, this was during the Industrial Revolution, which was a time when indoor plumbing became more common. The first indoor plumbing systems were installed in factories, but soon people wanted them in their homes, too. By the 1900s, it was normal to have a faucet in your kitchen or bathroom. At first, all faucets were the same. They were just a basic way to turn water on and off. But over time, people wanted more convenience. They didn't want to have to switch between hot and cold water. They wanted both from the same tap. That's when the mixer tap was born. A mixer tap combines hot and cold water from two separate sources and mixes them together. This made it much more convenient for people because they didn't have to use two different taps anymore. Just one would do the trick. From then on, people kept improving the mixer tap. They wanted it to be easier to use and look better, too. In the 1920s, they started making taps out of chrome and brass. These materials were more durable and looked more elegant. In the 1950s, ceramic faucets became popular. These were more expensive, but people liked the way they looked. Today, there are all kinds of fancy faucets on the market. There are sensor faucets that turn on when you wave your hand in front of them. There are smart faucets that can tell you the exact temperature of the water. There are even faucets that can help you save water. Who would have thought that such a simple invention could become so advanced? The next time you go to wash your hands, take a moment to appreciate the faucet. It's not just a useful invention, it's a piece of history. It's been around for thousands of years, and it's changed a lot since then. Who knows what the future will bring? Maybe one day we'll have self-cleaning faucets or faucets that can change color. The possibilities are endless. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like button. It only takes a second and it really helps us grow. Also, if you have a topic you'd like us to cover in a future video, leave it in the comments below. We'll try to get to as many as we can. Until next time, stay curious.